So greetings from Pennsylvania once again, and welcome back to another video. We are here in French Creek State Park today, here in Berks County, my home county. I just got done filming one of my exploring Pennsylvania's highways videos, Route 345, which goes right through French Creek State Park. So let's do some hiking here too. So I'm currently on the Horseshoe Trail. Right back behind me is the Geigertown Road. There's some parking for it along that road. So we're going to be doing a loop today. I'm going to be hiking the whole, what's called the Sixpenny Trail. Because I forgot the map, but I don't really need a map. Maybe I'll insert a clip here of the map. It's pretty windy today too.
Yeah, so here is the French Creek State Park map. I did park here on Geigertown Road. Took the Horseshoe Trail in. Gonna come up here to the top of the hill, make our way down, and then down here is where the water park was, and then we'll make our way back here to the Horseshoe Trail and back.
Yeah, so hopefully I remember to insert that clip there. So yeah, we're gonna use the Horseshoe Trail to get to the Sixpenny Trail. Then we're gonna go up first and kind of come down around back towards the creek, which is called Sixpenny Creek. And there are some interesting things to see along this trail, which I'm going to save more for the end. There was like an old park down here called Sixpenny Park, which I've filmed in the past. I'll talk more about that later. But there's also an abandoned village back here, too, which I went looking for once and I found some things. But I'm not really going to be focusing on that today. But when we get to that area, I'll talk more about it, too. That has an interesting history, dealing with runaway slaves, and there's an old cemetery up here where some of them are buried, an old church. But first we have to get to the Sixpenny Trail, which is not too far up here. Alright, so after a bit of walking, we have reached the Sixpenny Loop. Looks like brand new signs, actually. Yeah, this is also still the Horseshoe Trail, the yellow blazes, but Sixpenny Trail is the orange blazes. Actually, right up there is something interesting that I showed in other videos, but we're gonna go this way, do the loop, and then come back this way. Down this way is where that water park was and the abandoned village. But I just want to quick show you this. I think it's like an old well or something right here. It's stone lined, but never quite knew what it was though. It's about at least 6 feet across. So yeah, not sure what it has to do with the village that was here or not, but I can see like a pile of dirt right there that kind of came from this. But anyway, so if all goes well, we'll be coming back. But let's get the uphill out of the way first. Maybe when we get to the top of this hill, we'll have a bit of a lunch break. But up we go. Still some fall colors here in the park too. Lots of yellows. I'm getting hungry. Coming up to another trail junction. I believe this is going to be the Calmia Trail, it's called. I'm loving the signage out here. Beautiful, clear signage. Yeah, so we're gonna keep going this way on the Horseshoe Trail and the Sixpenny Trail. Yeah, the Calmia Trail goes that way. I think Calmia is that part of the scientific name for the mountain? Is it the mountain laurel? I think maybe. Anyway, we're gonna keep going this way. Keep going up this hill, the never-ending hill. It's a beautiful day. think we're almost at the top. Yeah, look at all the colors. Probably a bit past peak, but still beautiful. Quite a bit breezy today too. Let's get up here to the top together. Right here it is. Just looking back. Can't quite tell how much uphill we took, but yeah, it's just beautiful up here too. And up ahead here soon should be the split off, where the horseshoe trail continues that way, but the sixpenny trail goes off to the left. Yeah, right here it is, but I was expecting to see some of that nice signage here. They do have they have the double orange blazes telling you to go that way. There's the yellow blaze for the horseshoe trail. They have this older sign here too. But anyway, this is the way we gotta go. It's a little bit more uphill. And we'll look for a break spot. Let's see what time it is. Lunchtime. Oh yeah, it's like almost 1 o'clock. It's definitely. That's why I'm hungry. Look at those trees swaying in the wind. Still looking for a nice break spot. That perfect log to sit on. But yeah, last time I was up here was years ago, I think. One of my earlier videos I made. It was super misty that day. And it's down where the ruins of the park are, there's these steps, these stairs, stone stairs, and everybody thought it was like a haunted video, because I guess when you find stairs in the woods, it's, you know, it's haunted, you know, leads to other dimensions and weird things. And people were, as I was walking through the mist, people claimed they saw like figures and ghosts, and that I was being followed and all kinds of weird stuff. That was one of my, I think it was my first video that did really well. Not even for reasons I meant it to do well. It's kind of interesting. Maybe I have been here since then. I'm trying to remember, but anyway. But we'll revisit those steps today. Maybe recreate that thumbnail picture. Just need to find a log. I'm hungry. Or a nice rock. We're soon going to be approaching the downhill section. Check out that tree. Kind of weird. You got the central trunk split up into three, and then you have the one that comes over here. It's different. I think there might be a nice log right up here to sit on. I think this will work. Yeah. Right in here. Or maybe up here a little bit more. Yeah, so definitely break time. Not that I'm tired, but I'm hungry. I haven't eaten lunch yet. Yes, like I said, we'll get to some of those more interesting things once we get down to the bottom of the hill and start making our way back along the bottom of the hill. That's where the ruins of the park are, which I know I've shown. I think I made a whole video dedicated to that. Once I learned what that place was. When I was here the first time, I didn't know what was going on down there. It's kind of all this interesting stuff down there, but then later somebody told me. But yeah, then I am going to look for any signs. Oh, I didn't really talk about that yet. There was the abandoned village. A bunch of runaway slaves lived down there. They had a little village down along Sixpenny Creek. I know like I said, I went looking for it in one video. I did find some ruins, but then if someone sent me like a LiDAR picture, there's more to be found down there. I'm not going to be going off trail day looking for those, but we will keep our eyes open for things on the trail as we're walking along. So I'll come back and do that in another video, more of an off-trail search, maybe once hunting season is over. But for now, let's eat, and we'll get back to hiking. All right, snack lunch is consumed. Always double check to make sure you taking everything with you, like your phone and all kinds of stuff. And off we go. Just like I said, up ahead we should start descending down. Yeah, snack lunch isn't always super filling, but I'll probably stop at Chick-fil-A on the way home. The one there at, I forget what mall is called anyway. Where Barnes & Noble is, along Route 222 if you know what I'm talking about. But we're good for now. Yeah, a lot of this color here is coming from the beech trees. They have this golden yellow color. These look pretty healthy. I know that a lot of the beech trees are suffering from some disease, I forget what it's called, but these look pretty good here. They always have this golden yellow. One of the last trees to lose their leaves in the fall. Some more golden colors through here. Some signage up here. These were campsites. I see that super bright one up ahead. That's another beech tree. Yeah, so I guess that takes you down to the campground. We're gonna stay on this Sixpenny Trail. Yeah, look at that golden yellow beech tree. Yeah, still haven't hit the downhill part. I forget that French Creek is a larger state park, so therefore the trails are much longer too. If I had my map along, I could show you how long it is, but or the distance. But because recently I was in some smaller parks. And the trails, obviously the smaller parks are much shorter. You get kind of used to that sometimes until you hit a bigger park and the trails are much longer. Which is fine. I'm just expecting us to be going on the downhill part already. Yeah, we're in that area now where years ago when it was super misty, I think this is one of the areas people were saying that they saw those like shadowy figures and things. I didn't see anything that day. Just a lot of mist. But people were time-stamping parts of the video and saying, oh, there's something there in that section there, and all kinds of stuff. Anyway. As you can see, it does go downhill over here, so that's where we're coming up on here soon. And we're finally heading downhill. I think I'm just eager to get to those ruins and to look for other signs of that village and stuff, any foundations from there. We got our first signage here in a while. And it says Big Woods. I feel like things are different here than what I remember last. Our 6-penny trail goes up that way, but I don't remember anything called the Big Woods Trail on the map or anything, so this might be a new trail. Right down there is the highway, Route 345. Yeah, it's like a green blaze with an orange dot in the middle. Huh. Because our 6-penny trail used to go all the way down to the highway, but maybe it still does go down to the highway this way yet, but there's definitely been some other changes up there. I didn't point it out in the video, but you can tell where they rerouted the trail in some areas. It looks like maybe put like switchbacks in, or to make it better for mountain bikers or something. I'm not sure. There's definitely spots where you can see the old trail and the warhead, and then the reroute motorcycle. So I just spotted something down here that looks man-made, which does not look familiar to me. Right there. Let's go take a look. We're not in the area where the ruins are yet, but this is, or maybe we're closing in on them, but yeah, this is definitely man-made, like an old fire pit area. Yeah, that's what that is. It's just kind of odd because it's just out here in the middle of nowhere. Unless we are closing in on where that park was. Maybe this was like a camping area up here. But I don't think. We'll see. I'm not sure how close we are to the park. I just feel like it's a little bit more that way yet. But I've hiked this trail before and I don't remember seeing this. But anyway, it's out here in the middle of nowhere. But cool find. Wasn't expecting to see that out here. I just don't. Nothing else out here catches my eye. So let's head back up to the trail. I don't see anything. Huh. Actually, you know what? There's another one over there. So this must have been. Alright, yeah, so the trail's right there. So this definitely was some kind of a camping area, because right here's another one. Yeah, same deal. Yeah. Or if there's another one over there. Yes, I'm definitely going to have to assume that these were part of that park. Maybe we're closing in. Maybe it is just over the hill here. Yeah, this look like old campsites where they would have had like that, you know, those stone fire pits. You know what I'm talking about. All right, let's find the trail again. I think it's right here. Yeah. If there was just one of them, I'd think maybe an old home site, but two of them, they have that look to them like they belong to campsites. I'm just curious if there's going to be more. Actually, I think I see another one. Yeah, there's another one down there. I don't think I'll walk down to that one. I'll show it to you in a bit. Yeah, alright. Yeah, a tree kind of fell on it down there. It's right. Hold on a second, where are you? Right there it is. See a stonework for it. That's another one of those fire pit areas. There's some kind of a pit right here. Not sure if that's natural or not. Anyway. Look at some more of those fire pits. It's always cool to find stuff that you didn't expect to find. And then up here is another one, just like the others, but we're up above the trail this time. The trail is just right down there. The others were kind of on that side. There's quite a few of them scattered around here. But if you have a better idea or know for sure what these were for, I think they, like I said, are related to the park that used to be down here. Maybe people could camp up here. That's what I'm thinking. But if you know otherwise, you can say something in the comments. I think we are closing in on that park now. Yeah, because there's another one right up in there. So they're all over the place here. You're probably tired of seeing them, but anyway. Yeah, and you guessed it, there is yet another one back there. So, right, there's a trail split here. No blazes that way. But there is one up this way. Yeah, we have a different surface here too, like gravelly, so I think... Okay, yeah, so I see an old like concrete like burn barrel thing back there. I feel like just double checking back that way in case they've rerouted the trail, because I feel like... Anyway. I might just walk back that way a little bit, but there is a one of these things that you see at some parks. Let's go, quick take a look at it. It's just a concrete barrel. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, because there's another one of those fire pits. It's one of these things. So I see another fire pit beyond it, back there. So yeah, right in the middle of like this campground. You've seen these. This is where they put like the hot ashes and stuff. Some parks still use them. So yeah, I am going to just check down this way, because there definitely has been some rerouting here. Because like I said, that 6 penny trail used to take you almost to the road down there and then come back up this way, but just want to make sure that there's nothing back here that I want to see. Another fire pit. Part of me thinks that this used to be the 6 penny trail years ago. Oh yeah, here's another one of those concrete, I call them like hot ash barrels. Yeah, you know what? I think up here's the old parking lot. Yeah, there's that. I think. Okay, so yeah, this is the old parking lot right here for the water park. Yeah. Pretty large parking lot. I think we will go back that way then. All right. Okay. Yes, I'm back up this way again. I'm just hoping we encounter those other ruins up this way. But part of me feels like they're down there. Maybe they are. Let's just keep going, we'll find out. Okay, we come to the trail junction. If I see, this takes you back to some more parking. There's a place along Geigertown Road to park. I know the old dam is down that way too, I think. I don't think we're gonna go down there. I think, pretty sure what I'm looking, some of the stuff I'm looking for is up this way, along the Sixpenny Trail here. So I'm gonna look for those other, that abandoned village yet too, so all kinds of stuff to look for yet here. Yeah, here's the Kalmia Trail again. We encountered that earlier on in the video. This is where it comes down. I don't think I've ever been on that trail yet though. No bikes allowed down this way. Oh yeah, I can see some of the ruins up here. Yeah, straight up ahead. Yeah, the trail kind of splits here, but you can see some foundations right here. The sun's kind of in our eyes here. From what people told me, there was a lake down here. Yeah, this used to be a lake down here. Some of these buildings were the old like changing rooms or shower houses. I think that's what someone said this was. You can see some of the old pipes sticking up out of it. If you go up there, I think this was like the concession or the ticket stand maybe. But yeah. With an old fence left over right there. Up right here are our steps, are up here. There is something missing here though. There used to be, yeah, somewhere along here there used to be like a contraption with a bunch of like in these locker rooms you have those metal changing baskets that you can use. I'm not sure if you want to talk about that. There used to be something like that just sitting here. Looks like they've taken it out. Done some clearing here too. That looks like the old flagpole. Yeah, it looks like some changes have been made here. You can see that foundation a little clearer back there. And where were our steps? Oh, they're up there. I see them down there. Yeah, I kind of lost our Sixpenny Trail, but I think it's just up that way. Yeah, right here are those steps. They've definitely cleared this out too. So I wonder if they're trying to, I don't know what they're trying to do here, but yeah, look at this. I mean, boom. I know I titled that video years ago, A Grand Staircase in the Woods. And this is why. Turn you around. Yeah, look at that. Looks like a grand staircase up to like a mansion or something. But from what I've been told, this is where people came down into the water. Like where we are now is like a lake. You have this cool stone wall going all the way around. Yeah, definitely clearing this out. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, I know I've been here before, but it's always cool to come back and revisit spots like this. I mean, this is cool. Like I say, it just looks like there used to be a mansion up here. These are the steps that led up to it. Yeah, a whole lot of history here. There are still some people who remember being here. I think this place was back in the 60s or 70s yet, maybe. And I got a lot of comments in that video. People remember coming here. Yeah. Just kind of neat. Yeah, but just awesome. Yeah, last time I was here, there was I found like a geocache in one of these cracks somewhere. Almost looks like someone pulled this rock out at one point. Yeah, look at that, it's loose. Wonder if someone, I don't know, I'll just let it go. Wonder if someone has a geocache in there. I know years ago there wasn't much in there. Alright, but farewell to these beautiful steps. Just super cool. I mean, I feel like they can really do something with this area. Tell people more about the history of what used to be here, and I don't know. There's already parking down there. I should do the one parking lot up there, but there's actually another one down there that's paved. You could have people park down there, and I don't know. Let's find the let's find our sixpenny trail again. I think it's up this way somewhere. Yeah, actually I think it's right here. Yeah. Alright, bye-bye park ruins. But now as I head this way, I'm going to keep my eyes open for anything that might belong to that abandoned village I talked about. I think we have to go a little bit more this way before we would see anything. Get away from the park area, or the old park area. I've hiked this trail before, but back then I wasn't looking for remains of any village things. Because I think we're still up from the creek too. We need to be closer to the creek. So maybe we won't see anything up here, but eventually get back down to the creek. We'll keep our eyes open. There's the remains of an old spring house up here too. You can see the foundation, and boom, here's the water coming out. Looks like there's an old metal pipe, so maybe that took water down back to the lake where we were, just back that way. So maybe there's more down there to see, but I think I'll let that area go for today. If you want me to go back sometime this winter and explore that old water park a little bit more, let me know in the comments. I know a number of years ago I did, but that was years ago. If enough people tell me to go back, I'll check it out again. Do a little bit more of a comprehensive search in the area, see what we can find. Off trail here. I mean, there's a kind of a pit right there and one right next to it. It's kind of a long shot, but or is that a piece of concrete there? Is that, or is that just... Well, I guess that is rock, but there's a hole in it. That's a man-made hole drilled in there. Maybe they're just... This almost looks like foundation to something here. Is it part of that abandoned village? I don't know, but there's definitely looking like some old walls right here, and then you have that man-made hole. So and the creek is right down there, so this could be one of the foundations I'm looking for. Huh. Maybe. Even up there almost looks like another cellar hole. I mean, it could just be my imagination too, but it almost looks like the outline of a foundation. Are those some of the foundations I'm looking for? I don't know. Are they even foundations? Maybe not. That's the thing, when you're looking, sometimes your mind likes to play tricks on you too, like, hey, but we might not even be where the village was yet. Like I said, we have a little ways to go. Alright, well I almost walked right past this. This is definitely man-made. That's an old spring house right there. See the roof just missing the shingles and stuff. So yeah, that makes it more likely that some of those things I was looking at could have been foundations. Even an old spring house. You definitely have buildings nearby, or even a village. That's just, you know, I could just have a random spring house in the middle of nowhere. So, anyway, can't remember if I remember seeing that before or not. Yeah, I'm just looking everywhere. just like that, we're back to the horseshoe trail. Here's that pit I showed you at the beginning of the video. It's curious. But yeah, so we came up that way from the parking lot and went up that way. So, yeah, in the past I explored quite a bit out that way for the remains of the village. We did find some things out that way, but I'm pretty sure most of it's back in this way. So, but I definitely do want to come back sometime. I know some time ago, many years ago, someone did print out some images, some LiDAR images of the area showing where the foundations were. Probably have that somewhere, but I can always just look online too quick. The LiDAR. Probably a long shot too, but it'd be cool. I know I talk about this every now and then. Be able to get permission to, if I find anything foundation-wise and stuff, to be able to metal detect it. Not for the purpose of making a bunch of money on anything you would find, but just for the sake of history. You can donate whatever you find to the park. I know I talked about doing that with some of those things we found at Kings Gap State Park. Just never got to that. Anyway, just a thought. But I got all kinds of things I want to do, so sometimes my mind is a bit crowded. Alright, so we just have a little ways to go back on the horseshoe trail back to the Geigertown Road where we parked. So I'll say farewell to you now. I'm hungry. Yeah, we're definitely gonna stop. Chick-fil-A on the way home. My mouth is returning back to normal a little bit. Not really chewing on this side yet. That's where that tooth came out, but feels more comfortable now. Going back to eating. I mean, I've been off that pudding and yogurt diet for quite a while, but still some foods I've kind of been ignoring. Like larger sandwiches and stuff, but not anymore. Alright, as always, thanks for coming along. Hopefully we'll see you on the next one.